Hey everybody, what's going on? Brett here with my YouTube channel Good Talk Gaming. Picking up where we left off last time in our Battle Brothers Beast and Exploration DLC Let's Play. Day 199. Unbelievable. We're almost at day 200. That's pretty awesome. That's a pretty big milestone in Battle Brothers. Guys, my brain is a little fried. I'm a little exhausted. That's why I'm coming at you with this late upload. For me right now, it's getting on in the evening. Normally I like to do my recording in the morning, but I got a lot of real life stuff going on. I basically spent the last like 48 hours on minimum sleep and lots of painting. And painting bedrooms and things like that, and assembling furniture and moving furniture, helping out my neighbors do things. It's been pretty hectic at my home, and I don't want that to affect my upload schedule. So I'm taking a moment here. My kids are out of the house, and I thought I'd make a video. Don't know how long it's going to be, so I should probably be quiet and chase down some dire wolves. Alright, so we have this contract right now, Big Game Hunt, and that's pretty nice. It would have been better if we could have... Ooh, that's very close. It's dusk. I don't know if it's nighttime. We'll see if we have the penalty or not. But yeah, we need to fight these dire wolves for our contract, and this is really bad. It put us in the low ground against these guys, and it looks like a lot of frenzied dire wolves, which do apply overwhelm. So as easy as it is for us to kill them, they're still pretty dangerous enemies, and we don't have the nighttime debuff, so we should be able to get some really nice shots on them, and that'll give us a nice advantage. Without the ranged advantage, the dire wolves can be quite difficult to take down. Okay. We'll just take whatever shots we can. Kind of hope to hit this guy in the front, maybe kill him. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's indomitable. Lance has a little bit of damage on his armor. Man, I really don't want to step down there. We'll stand here and see where they go. Nice. We can jump up here and spear wall. That's going to be very protective for us. I like that a lot. Good kill. And now we can try and get a split on these two that are lined up. And we hit them. That's good. If we had like killed this one or routed him, we could have stepped up here onto the high ground. But we're not in terrible shape just yet. But we do need to take the high ground from them where we can. Alright, still 13 left, guys. That's a lot of frenzied dire wolves. And it looks like most of them are actually frenzied. Ooh, and he made it past our spear wall. That's rough. No real damage yet. He jumped right in the middle and routed Steezy. That's pretty unbelievable. Steezy has pretty decent morale. Or resolve, I should say. Okay, what can we do? How can we help? First thing we need to do is get Steezy unsurrounded. That's a thing. And we'll take this kill, and then we'll use rally. And then we'll use... Actually, we should have probably pulled our banner out first. I'm not sure if that actually matters or not. But we did manage to bring Steezy back into the fight. So that's good. But we want to make sure he's not surrounded if at all possible. Now let's take this fight here. It's at least on even ground. And we can maybe do a big swing. We can. Nice. Well, indomitable once again. And we can also do a big swing here with Hondo. And we miss both. The odds of that pretty low. Nice. Okay, and this one's routing. So we'll pull out our Warhammer. Go to town. Hopefully kill it. Nope. Very good. So guys, I've mentioned a lot of times in a lot of the previous videos that I would love to get more of these direwolf pelts. And they're giving it to us right now. We should be able to put every single brother that we would like to in the direwolf armor. As you see, we have it on a lot of our brothers. It stacks really well with our fearsome perk. And it just causes a lot of morale checks. And against certain enemies, it's pretty useless. Like the Ancient Dead, for instance, or the Undead. It's not going to have any effect on them. Lowering the morale does nothing. But against beasts, unholds, I mean, lots of different, pretty much every different type of beast or human unit will be affected by that resolve. I mean, we've even routed Scrat before, which is kind of unbelievable. And there's a lot of overwhelm on Lance right now. But nobody's routing, so that's good. And we have quick hands on our back line, so we'll just go ahead and pull those out. We miss. We'll take the better chances against the guys on the low ground. Come on, Ivar. Ivar just leveled, and I put some points on him. He now has Battle Forged, which is great. So he's taking a lot less, well, 25% less damage to his armor, which is pretty important. And we're missing a lot of these like really easy, simple shots. And it's pretty unfortunate because it's really impacting our DPS and it's allowing them to kind of get back into this fight. That's kind of the price you pay for using lower level brothers. We've missed both of those guys twice now. Like the odds of that are just so low. It makes sense on some of our brothers, like Lance. He has Overwhelm times 6. His chance to hit right now is like nothing. So that makes a lot of sense. Hondo, well, I guess Hondo, if you look at him, he also has Overwhelm times 6. That's the problem with being surrounded by these guys. Our spear wall is actually really one of the best ways to deal with so many different types of enemy units. And we miss out on that. Ooh, that's dangerous. We miss out on that when we start using these new brothers. So much overwhelm. We're just like not able to hit them. And they're crushing our armor, slowly but surely. We've only killed 7 of them so far. I was thinking about taking that that garrison fight. We're right next to one. Nice. But if our armor is going to be in really poor shape, we're just not going to be able to. We have a bill hook here. 58 versus 35. We'll take that one. Nice. Glad to get that kill. And here, we'll just try and take these guys down. They're already fleeing. Okay, those are solid hits. Spears just always seem to hit. Gotta love it. Hit the hit. Boom, alright. And now Hondo, yeah. He just took way too many rounds of overwhelm. And we don't have any fatigue left on Steezy. Traveling through the snow is very hard on our men because our men are not very used to fighting in the snow. You get penalties to your fatigue as you walk through it, same as you would in a swamp. And there are definitely perks that you can get to minimize the negative effect that snow or swamp has. I want to say it's Pathfinder. Pretty useful skill, to be honest. I could even see it being as some sort of like auto-include in certain builds, allowing you to kind of go down range a little easier. Switch out. I don't think we reloaded, but there we go. Nice. Perfect. That's another thing we're really missing with our new brothers that we have with our old ones, and that's all of our berserk. Our ability to chain kills together and then ultimately break the morale of the enemy really, really fast. It's a very overwhelming strategy that we're just not able to do without all those, you know, requisite traits. That should have been a decent amount of experience. How many pelts did we get? Enough to make, if we add it to what we currently have, we should have a ton of pelts. Yeah. Not sure where the nearest taxidermist is. But let's go ahead and organize our inventory real quick. There we go. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can make 5 of them. That's pretty cool. But our inventory is quickly filling up with crafting materials. So we're going to want to do that sooner rather than later. But we have to return to Windfest. Okay, I was a little confused because I didn't see the little golden coin symbol. But we need to be careful where we pass close to. Because sometimes, if you're hurt enough, or if they think they can get you, a garrison will pop out and attack you. Whoa, that's some big undead feet. The ruined temple? Okay. Like, that's the exact kind of place I'm talking about. Like, we could walk by there and get messed up. There might be some good loot there, though. We'll stop by Hornguard just to see what's going on. And 5 unhold. Kind of pop into our lap. Oh, man, our armor is in such bad shape to fight those guys. It's going to take like multiple days for us to be good. I want to fight them so bad. I want those bones. Stop in at the armor and see what they have. We're currently sitting on a nice stack of gold. Multiple scale armors. I don't hate those. Also, I don't hate the full helms. Let's check the prices. Kind of look at our old shield strategy. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, fighting all the dire wolves, we didn't get a ton of the crafting materials we were really looking to get. And I think I can sell off safely some of this stuff that we just don't need. Also get rid of that meat. And maybe look to grab a full helm. I'm just not sure who in the front lines has the fatigue necessary to wear that. Their fatigue looks great right now because they're not currently wearing their normal gear. I think we could grab one, maybe put it on Scaredy. It's such a big upgrade. It's another 70. But I think we'll hold on to our gold actually. Just because I've been like kicking myself over my inability to buy certain unique items that are appearing in the shops. I would love to have the option whenever it's presented to me. Also, you know what? This is what we're going to spend our gold on right here. We're going to buy this fighting spear. We just don't have enough. We need 3, I believe. Maybe at a minimum 3. Because Isaac is also a spear bro. Yeah, all spear bros have to have fighting spears. And I'm going to pick those up pretty much whenever I see them. They've become an auto buy for us at this point. And we can check the marketplace. Great price on tools for us. Very bad price on ammunition. And like I said, guys, I think today's going to be a bit of a shorter episode. I'll try not to fill it with anything lame. But I'm worn out. A cell sword. The Falcon. So Ivar is a raider, I believe. Yes. Cell swords are almost, they might be considered like the best background you can get. Simply because they're very versatile. They can be very good in the front line, or you can turn them into some excellent archers. It kind of just depends on their roles in terms of like where they get their stars. The Falcon is a pretty sweet title, which makes me think like I want to grab this guy and pick him up. But we already have, I mean, he'll be our 19th bro. And I don't know if we need that many. He's very expensive, and he'll only get more expensive. Let's read his bio. Emmerich the Falcon can't remember a time when he wasn't a sword for hire. From work as a lord's bodyguard to being an enforcer for a skeevy merchant, Emmerich has seen it all. The man loves to tell a good tale about how he killed this thing or that. Excited for an opportunity to earn coin, Emmerich knocks his mug on the table. Okay. I messed up reading that last part. It's supposed to sound cooler. I'm tempted, guys. 4 grand is a lot. But but I think he's going to end up being a good brother if we take him. His gear, unfortunately, is stuff that we don't care about. Like, we'll just instantly sell his longsword. No, I'm going to pass. Dang. He would probably be a great character for us. So it feels bad to pass. It also feels bad to pass on this unhold fight because our armor is so jacked up on certain brothers. Do we have enough to switch out? Not really. Dang. See you later, unhold. We gotta go make some coin. It's all good. That was a pretty easy quest. It gave us a lot of crafting materials, which we can use at Eichenberg. We'll visit Eichenberg after we visit this place, unless there's a really great quest here for us. And we'll clear up our inventory quite a bit just by making those direwolf mantles. Till dawn, we get paid. Nice. Alright, let's see what they have for us. We'll check the marketplace first, as always. I was so happy with our early Falcon pickup this run. Sometimes it's something you don't really prioritize, you wait till later to get. But it gives you such an advantage in certain fights. Trying to get up to 6. There we go, we do. Alright. Nothing really to sell, we just did all that. Let's go in the armor. Check the armor. Worst prices. The other place had this for like 4,600, I think. So the prices here are not great. But like I said, if we see a fighting spear, we have to take it. We also haven't seen any like Rondel daggers, which are the top tier dagger that you can get. Kind of would like to get one of these. So I think the way this works, 3 separate striking heads attached to a handle by chains. Each head can hit or miss a target separately and strike over or around shield cover. It's an interesting weapon. I don't really want to pay for it, but if I got one, I would try it out for sure. You can check the hires here. Looks like a lot of low tier backgrounds. Okay. And we can go into the tavern, see if they have... He took an arrow to the knee. Nice. Nice, Scott. We'll pay for that. We'll pay for that. We spotted something on our way here, hidden way off the road in the tundra a long way east of Windfest. Don't know what the locals call it. No, that's terrible. We will buy a round for our brothers because their spirits were pretty low. And we'll check this contract out. Huh. I think they want us to fight Unhold. Oh, greenskins. Ooh. I like fighting greenskins. They want us to go around Grafenhaven. Oh, that's what... God dang it. Well, it's okay. Our armor is beat up. We need to kind of... to fix that. And we'll be able to stop at Brookstadt along the way, which has a taxidermist. So we're not... I mean, we're not really losing out by not going to Eichenberg. But I did kind of want to stay up north. But they'll pay us decent money. I would love to fight a greenskins battle this episode. They're always very fun to me. They're risky. They can be very risky, but they're also quite fun. So let's make the direwolf pelt mantle. And we'll make as many as we can make. They cost 250 a piece, so they're not cheap. But that just cleared a lot of space in our inventory. And we will certainly use them. We can be a little more free with them now that we currently have... Do we only have 4? Yeah, we have 5. So if there's any armor that's actually decent... Looks like most of our armor is pretty well equipped. So we'll hold on to these, just like we're holding on to the bone platings. And when the time comes, all of our archers will be sure to have... They'll probably have lamellar armor with this on there. And then our frontline characters will probably have bone plating as my default, best thing to put on their armor. And just kind of looking at the other crafting ingredients. We have so much stuff that we can make. I mean, we can make another Alp trophy necklace. But I think I'm going to hold on to that. No legendary bows for sale. Okay. Now we'll keep walking. We'll go to Grafenhaven. Fast forward. For a long time there, guys, I've been making, you know, lots of videos a day. And that's a pace that I love to keep up. And for the most part in my life, things are pretty well settled down. A few good things happen sometimes, a few bad things happen. But for the most part, my days are pretty free. I've been meaning to make like a vlog, I guess you would call it. Ooh, the Unhold are attacking us. This is nighttime. I don't know if we want to fight Unhold at night. Nah, we'll fight them. Unhold day. But I've been meaning to make a vlog just to tell you guys a little bit about myself and, you know, talk about more about what my intentions are for the channel. And to take advantage of the opportunity to tell you guys thank you. As of recording this, I'm at 61 subs, which, you know, when I started, it seemed like it would just kind of never happen. I'm sure it feels that way for most people who get into YouTube. I think you should probably go into it with the expectation that you may fail, and then when it happens, you know, you won't be disappointed. But for me, it was never about trying to be like a successful YouTuber. It was about trying to meet people and make friends. And I think I've kind of started to do that. Some of you guys, you do talk every day. We're talking in the comments section. And I want y'all to know that I appreciate the support. Even if it's just in the form of a kind comment or, you know, telling your buddy about the channel or something like that. That all helps me out a lot. It motivates me to keep going. I know I'm probably not the best person out there playing Battle Brothers, and that there are things I still need to learn, which is why I appreciate the help in the comments sometimes. There are games out there that I would consider myself a master of. I'm almost 30 years old, and you know, been playing games my whole life on pretty much every console since Super Nintendo, and you know, I've beaten a lot of games, so I would consider myself kind of a jack of all trades, maybe, but master of none type of gamer in some respects. But I do know a lot about certain games, which I hope to end up playing on the channel eventually and finding kind of a home for that knowledge. So when these guys get closer, we're gonna like whip out our spears. Not our spears, guys. Our bill hooks and our axes. My brain is actually fried. You could probably tell if you're used to listening to me by now, and you're hearing me talk right now. You're probably like, man, that dude is out of it. And I am. I'm a little bit out of it. I think I want to step up and take a swing. Yeah, he's that little bit hurt. Okay, we have quick hands. Let's get our banner out. Yeah. It's scary to engage one of these things on the high ground, but the way they move, I think he's gonna like run off of it anyway. Ow. Or do that. Yeah. And Lance should be able to absolutely beat this thing down. It was able to heal. Knocked us back, but we'll be able to jump in on it. Let's get in there and start applying some hits. We need to consolidate our attacks. We don't want to waste our time, you know, spreading out the damage, because they will heal it off. I don't know if there's anywhere we can step that allows us to take a good shot on this guy. Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. Let's get back in there and start beating this dude down. Alright, Hondo, get him. Yes. Ivar, finish him. Alright, we got the hide, but not the bones. As long as he doesn't actually stun. As long as he doesn't stun Lance, we're good. Lance will win that fight. He's proven it time and again that he can take an unhold in solo combat. Okay. Nice. The more stacks of Overwhelm we can get on these guys, the better. How much did he heal? God, he healed all the way. That was a bad shot. I should not have done that. Ooh. Alright. Dodged a bullet. Hit him, Steezy. Oh. Very close. This should be a dead unhold right here. Oh, man. There we go. Burnfried, solid as usual. We'll move in on this guy. Sorry, double overwhelm on him feels good. May have a hard time hitting us. And Hondo can also solo one of these guys. So it's great to have two lone wolves. We're not fully taking advantage of their lone wolf status. These newer brothers just have such a hard time hitting. I'll put a dog up here. It's going to help us wear through that health, and if it wants to attack the dog, I mean, we're fine with that. Sucks to lose dogs. And they seem like they just about one-shot them. And they do an AoE attack around themselves. So, probably pretty easy business for the unhold to kill one of our dogs. Alright. Have to whip out our melee weapons. Nice. Kind of surprised we're not able to, like, mess with their morale more. That toss doesn't ever seem to miss. It's just my observation. Their AoE, like, fist attack definitely misses. But that toss, like when they grab you, I don't think that ever misses. Yeah, we routed one. That's great. Toss the dog. That's probably the best thing he could have done. It gives him the high ground back, but I don't think we really care about that. Move back in with Ivar. Try and complete this round. This guy routing, I mean, he's still regenerating health, which is interesting. Alright, it's one stack of Overwhelm at least. 2 stacks. Can't wait till Sir Steinhardt's a fencer. That's going to be so cool. That's a totally new style of play for me. Alright, come on, Lance. Give me some bones. No bones, we're just getting tons of hide. So there's only one left. And honestly, I think we can be a little more conservative. He is doing a lot of damage to Lance and Hondo. So if we have the means to take him down by range, we may want to consider doing that. As long as the dog doesn't take the kill. Nice. Alright, so we did get some bones. That's good. We're going to move in. But only because I think we can take it down. Quick hands. Damn. Wolfgang is also an archer. Who I don't think currently has Overwhelm. Needed a big hit there from Hondo. Was hoping to either kill this thing or rout it, but that's just not going to happen. So it's going to get a chance to hurt us. Oh, and it hurts Hondo pretty bad. We're going to be in tough shape to fight greenskins. Man, why couldn't you do that last time? The heck? Alright. Whew. Unholds, man. Got a lot of strange meat there. Not super happy about that. Does Grafenhaven have a taxidermist? It doesn't. But Friedewald does. How much? Oh my god, it's going to take us like almost 2 days to repair. Goblin Raiders. It's a pretty easy fight if we weren't injured. Okay, we're going to have to make some strategic changes. So who's in good shape? Lance is fine. Bernfried is fine. Sir Verandox is fine. Steezy's fine. So Chris is okay. Sir Steinhardt may have to come out. And Hondo definitely has to come out, and so does Ramen. Okay. Ivar's fine. He's just a little banged up. Okay, so who comes in? Edgel? That's pretty good. I like having maximum archers versus goblins. Or yeah. So now we have Edgel's in. That's good. And who else? This armor is not modified. Boom, there we go. And we still need 2 more, so we can bring in Aracel, who is of course our sergeant, so we'll go over here and take that off of him and give him... Do we not have another necklace? We probably have one on one of these guys. We'll just take the Alp necklace off of Hondo and give that to Ragnar. And then we'll take Aracel and give him the sergeant's sash. There we go. And one more. Leaning towards Oz. Poor Oz. Scaredy, Isaac. Is anyone close to leveling? Oz, kinda. Yeah, I think we'll take that. Call this good. And honestly, if we're going to do that, we need to do this. And give Lance maximum room so that he can be hanging out back. Is our armor in good shape? Just looking to see if we can give Aracel better armor, because this is a 130. That's no good. Like even this half broken is still better. This is 187, and this is, yeah. Okay. That'll work. Oz is wearing really bad armor too. 140. This is all necessary, guys. We're going to take... These are just goblins, and they're not even that big of a group. But sometimes, if I remember right, the way this works is sometimes they can come in waves. This could just be wave number 1, and there could be a whole nother group that we need to fight. that might have an overseer or a shaman. Shaman's like a unit we haven't even seen yet. They actually poisoned us. That sucks. So they're being very conservative because they have these ambushers and they think they have like the range advantage. Also, we forgot to give him the warbow. Oh man. So we're missing out on some damage there. But we can take an aim shot on 54. We love to kill their ranged guys, but the percentages are quite poor. See what we can do. I'm actually not scared of these dudes at all when it comes to fighting them on the high ground, but there's no reason to. I can fight him here and Indomitable, and if they want to go and get in front, surround him rather, they're welcome to do that. We're going to sit back here with our wall. I was wondering, he's the one that's poisoned. His range is quite poor now. So the skirmish game is looking pretty rough for us. The game gave them high ground. Yeah, we can just pass here. We're fine. Just hope they come forward. You start getting hits with our archers or else they're going to feel like they have range superiority. Wouldn't be surprised to see somebody jump in on Lance. They're not going to like that he's coming forward. Take a 72. Ooh, we hit an even better target. I think that was a 50. I think all we need to do, honestly, is kill one. Oh man, he's so poisoned he can't even do an aim shot. That's just awful. Alright, let's beat this thing. That's how you do it. And if they come in, they're going to jump in one move. So keeping the spear wall up I don't think is a waste. Alright, they're still confident that they can win the range battle. In my experience, the best way to fight the goblins is to do one of two things. And it really depends on your build. It's either to out-skirmish them, which you can do with warbows quite easily. I would say I would want to have a minimum, especially in large groups. This is 12, right? Later in the game, when you attack goblin cities, which I think I've taken down the main goblin city before, which is a huge pain. But later on in the game, when you attack goblin cities, you'll be fighting, groups of 30, 40, and they have lots and lots of skirmishing units. And the best way that I found to deal with them is to have at least 5 warbows, and then you can basically just form like a nice little defensive kite shield perimeter, and you just shoot. And it's slow going because the goblins at high tiers and big groups, they have shamans. And the shamans can root you in place, and that can really mess up your playstyle. There we go. But it's usually, it's not that hard to do. You'll end up getting a lot of picks. And you just kind of take your time. You take them down nice and slow until they completely lose their range advantage. And at that point, like one of two things happens. Either they don't want to fight you anymore and they start to run, or they feel like they have to come into melee with you, and then you usually just win because your melee prowess at that point. By the time you're attacking a goblin city, your front line is all in 300 armor, plus full helms, that type of gear, and they're not that scary anymore. I don't want to be surrounded here, and I'd love to start getting some kills. So we're gonna favor these easy shots over the hopes of hitting one of their ranged units. Nice. And we don't have Berserk yet on Ivar, of course. There we go. So one range unit down. And we'll pause with the ones who don't have, you know, great targets. Nice. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So we're starting to get them. Just waiting for the balance to kind of tip in our favor. Wouldn't be surprised if he either jumps in here or they start to think about retreating. We have an 85 and a 93. We'll take that 93. Pass, pass, pass. See what they want to do. Lance is not in a great spot, but he does have a lot of defensive buffs going for him. I'm not really scared so much for his safety. They do have a lot of piercing on their weapons, though. Okay. Dang. Gotta love the crossbow being able to fire in melee. Even if you can't reload, it's still nice that it can fire. We'll wait and see. Ooh, I wanted that hit, guys. I wanted it. Pretty bad. Let's take an aim shot on this goblin ambusher. Ooh, that's a lot of piercing damage. They're getting through. Man, it would be great if we hit those shots. That sounded really passive-aggressive. I just mean it would actually be great if we did, because then we would be able to do some different things. So I think we're going to step forward here and maybe move to cover with Steezy so that he doesn't have a straight line of sight. I'm actually getting a little bit worried about Lance. Yeah, we sent him back. That's good. Yeah, just need to dodge a little bit. I mean, he's just not dodging like anything. He's just taking every single hit, which is kind of strange just because he does have Lone Wolf. I mean, this guy's on the high ground, but he has Lone Wolf plus reach advantage. So his stats are, I mean, they're pretty juiced. We could chase this dude down with Ivar as well. Nice. Start moving forward in support. Whew. Yeah, when I'm done with this, guys, I'm going back to painting. So it's the life of a homeowner and a dad, pretty much. I don't really know, like, what the age group, the kind of the average age group of you guys out there is. I'd be curious to know that. I think there's some sort of analytics out there I can look at on YouTube, but I honestly find that type of stuff creepy. Just how much YouTube knows about you, where you live, you know, your gender. Can probably tell me your age. I'm not sure how exactly, just by looking at your IP, I guess. That stuff is, I feel it's just invasive. I could do a whole video on that. Being in the Army, you get a chance to look at kind of government behind the scenes, and especially when you deal with like military intelligence and stuff like that, you get briefed on a lot of weird things. Things that other countries do with our information, things that we do with our information. And it's always made me a little kind of hesitant to put myself out there. I mean, I had a Facebook at one time, I don't anymore. Don't know if I'll ever make one again, just because of kind of the fish bowl it kind of puts your life into. Never really been super comfortable with it. I wasn't comfortable with it, you know, even when I was a kid and Facebook was just becoming a thing. I wasn't all that comfortable. And just learning out about its kind of deeper, darker secrets made me it kind of validated my thoughts on the whole thing. Of course, guys, I mean, I'm not kind of crapping on Facebook. If that's how you talk to your friends and family, which for me, for a long time when I was active duty, like the best way for me to communicate with people back home was through Facebook. So it definitely has its place. It just sucks that it's kind of abused. Full of treasure. The collapsed fortress. The collapsed fortress. That might be going worth checking out. Oh, my sentence there was all messed up. I don't think I have vision of that. It said southeast. It could be like down here for all I know. Kind of sucks, but almost always, guys, it's kind of a given in Battle Brothers. If they tell you there's treasure somewhere, that usually means a unique item. Not always, certainly not always, but I'm pretty sure if my experience is correct, it either means you get some treasure, or, and treasure by that I mean like a really expensive sellable item that has no other purpose but to be sold. For instance, like gems. There's some gems that you can get, golden chalices, stuff like that, or it'll be a unique item, which I would love to get more of. We had a shield in one of our previous episodes that got busted up, and it was a unique shield, and it was pretty sweet. We need ammunition. We'll buy all 3 of these. The prices are okay-ish. And I felt like there was something I wanted to make. Oh yes, another bone plating. Let's make that before we forget. And free up a little extra space in our inventory as well. Okay. Headed to Windfest. Ooh, brigands. So I said today was going to be a bit of a shorter episode. I think after we turn this in, guys, that's going to be it for me today. We fought goblins, we fought Unhold, and we fought some pretty scary direwolves, which are like way scarier than I thought they were going to be. Man, we need so many tools. A successful hunt. I'm actually surprised it wasn't, orcs and it was actually, goblins instead. Oh man, this place has the armor. This place has the armor, and we spent a ton on our taxidermy, which ultimately is going to be worth it. It's not paying off at this very moment, but it will in the future, for sure. We'll sell off all that goblin loot. Are there anything in here? Is there anything in here we can sell? I honestly feel like we could sell some of these Unhold hides. I'll sell one, because I think we need an even number of them to make like the quivers and stuff. Sell off the meat. But yeah, no matter what we sell, we're not going to get up to 10k. So, need to just kind of chill out on that. Honestly, I don't hate the sellswords armor. Coat of scales, coat of plates. I mean, these are all great. Would love to jump straight to coat of plates. Well, and somebody, pardon the yawn there. I'm exhausted, guys. I know I said that already. I'm just plain tired of painting. But no contracts here for us. That kind of frees us up to go and do something else. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, right at the end here, something different. At Windfest. While walking the streets of Windfest, you come upon a crowd standing around a hanged man. He must have been of some notoriety. The folks are muscling one another to try and get a turn to cut a toe or finger off as a sort of hanging heirloom. I think I've done this before. An old man is quickly elbowed out of the mob. He turns to you, voice raspy, his bony fingers tinted like sickly ribs. Ah, sellsword, are you? Of course I can smell your business, the purchase you have made. Say, would you do a bit of work for me? I need a number of that dead man's fingers and toes. It's for my work, you shall see. I'll give you 500 crowns in return for it. You ask why he needs that particular man's appendages. The crooning, shoulder-cowled man laughs, a heckle if there ever was one. Aye, good question. The man earned his walk to the hangman's noose with a penchant for violence and an unerring strength to see his desires through. The toes and fingers of a simpleton won't do. I need a man of uncinched cruelty, and the only one I see right now is swinging by that there rope. So what say ye? 500 crowns, remember? So this is unique, because I think Aracel is a butcher, so he has no problems cutting off a dude's fingers and toes, which is interesting. And I think I've done this in the past without a butcher, and I think something bad happened, but ultimately I got crowns. I'd love to get 500 crowns right now. So let's see what the unique interaction here is. Oh god, something happens. Aracel Darkheart the Phoenix, the Butcher, he's got 2 titles, spits and says he'll do it. You tell him that he's not exactly the thieving sort. He shakes his head. No, I mean, I'll give him a finger, just one. Oh my god, he cuts off his own finger. But it'll be a doozy and worth its weight in gold as far as this old fart's concerned. As far as you're concerned, Captain, I want half the reward. Oh my god, the creepy stranger nods as a smile crackles his dried, flaky skin. Yes, yes, a man who would do this would certainly fit the profile of the ingredients I need. Do it, do it. Before you can even agree to this, the butcher grabs a tong hanging off a nearby wall, leverages it atop an anvil, wedges a finger between the pincers, and presses his knee to the handle, promptly severing a finger all in one go. He wraps the hand before giving up the extremity to the stranger. There you have it, one especially cruel man's finger. Oh my god. The stranger grabs it as though it were the key to the world. Marvelous, you think, he says, but it's hard to hear as he hurriedly gives you some crowns and runs off. It's actually more than you originally agreed to. The butcher has certainly earned his half, and you hand it over. So he gets more resolve, which is great because he's our sergeant. We get 250 crowns, but he's like maimed. What does that debuff do? And is it relevant to his character? -5 melee skill, that kind of sucks. But his melee skill is also high, so it might not actually come back to bite him. I mean, he's probably missing like 3 or so melee attack, but he gained 3 resolve, which is even more important for him because he's a sergeant. So honestly, not a bad trade. I mean, we got paid, and our creepy butcher character did creepy butcher things. So there's that. Shield expert. That's what Steezy's been missing this whole time. Let's give him that. That'll make it easier for him to spear wall. He desperately needs fatigue. Wow, can't pass up a 4 in melee defense. That's just too good. And we'll take a 3 there to try and get his resolve up a little bit higher, above 50. And we also leveled Sir Verandox the Different. Is it time to take his throwing mastery? Let's see what his rolls are. Okay, 3. Man, these rolls are too good. It's getting very hard to put points in his range skill when he's getting big rolls like that. We don't, Verandox, I know you're watching probably. I hope so. You're still watching. I don't want to mess up your character, man. I want to make him something cool and different, and we certainly will do that. But if he's just not meant to be a javelin user, then it's not meant to be, and we can find something else cool for him to do. For sure. But I would like to make him a javelin user, but I'm going to hold off on spending this perk, I think, especially while I'm super tired and I'm not thinking straight. So I think that's going to be it for the rest of this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.